In the world of basketball, superstars often announce their arrival with a loud bang. They are famous from a young age. They dominate every court they step on. Everyone knows their name before they can even drive a car. But some stars rise differently. They move quietly. They work in the shadows. Their journey is a slow, steady climb, not a sudden explosion. This is the story of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or SGA as many call him. He did not follow the usual path to the top of the NBA. His rise was built on hard work and a deep belief in his own skills, even when others did not see it. He proved that you do not need to be the loudest voice in the room to become one of the best players in the world. Shai grew up in Hamilton, Ontario, in Canada. This is a place more known for ice hockey than for basketball. He came from an athletic family. His mother was a track star who ran in the Olympics. His father also played basketball. So, sports were always a big part of his life. But Shai was not a basketball prodigy from the very beginning. He was a good player, but he was not considered one of the best in Canada. He was often skinny and not as flashy as other young players. While other future NBA stars were getting national attention, Shai was quietly working on his game. He focused on the small details. He learned how to control the pace of the game and how to use his long arms to his advantage on defense. His big change started when he moved to the United States for high school. He wanted to face tougher competition. He wanted to prove that he belonged with the best players. Even then, he was not the top-ranked prospect in his class. He was seen as a good player, but not a future superstar. Many college coaches overlooked him at first. They saw a tall, thin guard who was not super athletic, but what they missed was his incredible basketball intelligence. He understood the game on a deeper level. He knew how to get to his spots on the court. He knew how to make his teammates better. This quiet determination would become his greatest weapon. Slowly but surely, people started to notice. His ranking as a prospect started to climb. He went from being a 4-star recruit to a 5-star recruit. This is the highest level for a high school player. Major college programs started to recruit him. He chose to play for the University of Kentucky, a school famous for producing NBA stars. It was a huge step for the kid from Canada who was once overlooked. He was ready to show everyone what he could do on one of the biggest stages in college basketball. His journey was just beginning, but he had already shown the world that you should never underestimate the quiet ones, the ones who just put their head down and work. When Shai Gilgeous-Alexander arrived at the University of Kentucky, he was not the team's biggest star. The team was full of other highly rated players. Many expected Shai to be a role player, someone who would come off the bench at the start of the season. That is exactly what happened. He was not a starter, but Shai did not complain. He just did what he always does. He went to work. He used his long arms to become a pest on defense. He used his clever moves to get to the basket. He showed his coaches and teammates that he was reliable and smart. He made the right plays, not always the most exciting ones. His calm and steady presence was something the young team needed. As the college season went on, it became impossible for his coach, John Calipari, to keep him on the bench. Shai was simply too good. He eventually earned a spot in the starting lineup. That is when his game truly took off. He became the team's leader on the court. He controlled the offense with a maturity that was rare for a freshman. He was not just scoring, he was passing, defending, and leading. Kentucky started winning more games. They made a deep run in the big NCAA tournament. Shai was their best player during that run. He showed the entire country that he was more than just a good prospect. He was a future NBA player. He had proven himself on a massive stage. After just one amazing year at Kentucky, Shai decided to enter the NBA draft. He was projected to be a lottery pick, which means one of the first 14 players chosen. On draft night, he was selected 11th overall by the Charlotte Hornets, but he was immediately traded to the Los Angeles Clippers. This was a great situation for him. The Clippers were a solid team with good veteran players. Shai did not have to be the main star right away. He could learn from experienced players like Patrick Beverley and Lou Williams. He showed his unique skills from the very first game. He had a herky-jerky style of dribbling that defenders found impossible to guard. It looked a little strange, but it was incredibly effective during his rookie year with the Clippers. Shai showed everyone that he belonged in the NBA. He played with a poise and calmness that was unusual for a rookie. He was never rushed. He played at his own pace. He could score, but he was also a great defender. He used his 6'6" frame and long wingspan to bother opposing guards. The Clippers surprised everyone that year by making the playoffs. They had to play against the mighty Golden State Warriors, a team with many superstars. Even though the Clippers lost, Shai played very well. He was not afraid of the big moment. He looked like a future star. The Clippers thought they had found a key piece for their future. The summer after his impressive rookie season, the NBA world was shocked by a massive trade. The Los Angeles Clippers wanted to sign superstar Kawhi Leonard, but to get him, they also needed to trade for another superstar, Paul George, who was playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder. To get a player as great as Paul George, the Clippers had to give up a lot. They offered a huge package of future draft picks. But the Thunder also demanded a young player with star potential. That player was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Clippers did not want to trade him. They knew how special he was, but to get two superstars, they had to make the tough choice. Shai was on his way to a new team. For Shai, the trade was a huge change. He was leaving a big city like Los Angeles for a smaller one in Oklahoma City. He was also joining a team that was entering a new phase. The Thunder had just traded away their two biggest stars, Paul George and Russell Westbrook. Most people thought the team was going to be very bad for a long time. This is called a rebuild. But the Thunder's general manager, Sam Presti, had a plan. He saw Shai not just as a piece in a trade, but as the centerpiece of the team's future. He believed Shai could become the leader of the next great Thunder team. It was a lot of pressure to put on a second-year player, but Shai was ready for the challenge. In his first season with the Oklahoma City Thunder, Shai did not just play well, he exceeded all expectations. He was paired with a veteran star guard, Chris Paul. Many thought there might be a clash, but instead, they formed a great partnership. Shai learned so much from playing alongside one of the smartest players in NBA history. He learned how to be a professional, how to lead a team, and how to win close games. That Thunder team was supposed to be one of the worst in the league. Instead, they shocked everyone. They made the playoffs. Shai was their leading scorer. He showed that he could be the #1 option on a good team. The season was a huge success, but it was just the beginning of the rebuild. The Thunder traded Chris Paul after that year, officially handing the keys to the team over to Shai. Now, he was the undisputed leader. The team was very young and would go through some difficult seasons with many losses. But through it all, Shai kept improving. He became a better scorer, a better playmaker, and a better leader. He never complained about the losing. He just came to work every day, focused on getting better and helping his young teammates grow. He was not just a player on a rebuilding team, he was the foundation they were building upon. The quiet kid from Canada was now the face of an NBA franchise. As the Oklahoma City Thunder fully committed to their rebuild, the team got younger and younger. The front office, led by Sam Presti, traded away veteran players for future draft picks. They collected a historic number of picks, giving them many chances to find new talent. But having a lot of draft picks is only half the battle. A rebuilding team needs a leader, a young star that all the new players can look up to and build around. For the Thunder, that person was clearly Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He became the architect of the new era of Thunder basketball. His patient and steady leadership was the perfect match for a team that needed to grow slowly and carefully. During these rebuilding years, the Thunder did not win many games. That can be very difficult for a young competitive player. It's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to develop bad habits. But Shai did the opposite. He used this time to expand his game in every way possible. He became an elite scorer. Without other stars on the team, he had to carry the offense every single night. He developed an unstoppable ability to drive to the basket. Defenders knew he wanted to get into the paint, but they could not stop him. His unique, shifty dribbling and long strides allowed him to get past anyone. He also became an expert at drawing fouls, which gave his team easy points from the free throw line. Even while putting up huge numbers, Shai played the game the right way. He was not just trying to score for himself. He was always trying to make the right basketball play. He improved his passing and learned how to read defenses like a veteran. He understood that his job was not just to score but to make the entire team better. This set a powerful example for the other young players on the roster. They saw their leader working hard, playing unselfishly, and staying positive even during tough losing streaks. This created a strong culture within the team. It was a culture of development, hard work, and togetherness, all centered around SGA. The statistics Shai put up during this period were incredible. He went from averaging around 19 points per game in his first year with the Thunder to averaging over 31 points per game just a few seasons later. This placed him among the very best scorers in the entire league. He was doing this on a team with very little help, where every opponent's defense was focused completely on stopping him. It was a clear sign that he was not just a good player, but a true superstar in the making. The Thunder were still losing games, but everyone could see the plan coming together. They had their cornerstone, their leader. Now they just needed to surround him with more talent. The 2022 to 2023 NBA season was when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander made the leap from a rising star to a certified superstar. It was a transformation that put the entire league on notice. He had always been good, but this season, he became dominant. He averaged an incredible 31.4 points per game, finishing fourth in the entire NBA in scoring. But it was not just the number of points he scored, it was how he scored them. He was incredibly efficient, meaning he did not need to take a lot of bad shots to get his points. He shot over 50% from the field, a remarkable number for a guard who takes so many difficult shots. This combination of high volume and high efficiency is the mark of a truly elite offensive player. What makes Shai's game so special is his unique style. He is not the fastest player in the league, nor can he jump the highest. Instead, he plays a game of deception and craft. He uses a dizzying array of hesitations, fakes, and change-of-pace dribbles to keep defenders completely off balance. He has mastered the mid-range shot, an area of the court that many modern players ignore. This makes him almost impossible to guard. If you give him space, he will calmly sink a jump shot. If you play him too closely, he will use his long strides to drive right past you for a layup. This old-school approach, combined with modern efficiency, makes him a puzzle that no defense has been able to solve. But his leap to superstardom was about more than just offense. Shai also became one of the best defensive guards in the NBA. He used his intelligence and his incredible 6'11" wingspan to disrupt everything the other team wanted to do. He led the league in steals, constantly poking the ball away from unsuspecting dribblers. He was also excellent at blocking shots for a guard. This two-way impact is what separates the good players from the great ones. Shai was not just a scorer, he was a complete basketball player who dominated on both ends of the floor. His efforts were recognized when he was named to the All-NBA First Team, an honor reserved for the top 5 players in the league. This individual success also led to team success. The Thunder, who were expected to be a lottery team again, shocked the world by making the play-in tournament. They were suddenly a good team, far ahead of their rebuilding schedule. This was a direct result of Shai's leadership. He had elevated the play of everyone around him. Young players like Josh Giddey and Jalen Williams thrived playing alongside him. Shai showed that he could not only put up superstar numbers but also make his team a winner. He had officially arrived as a franchise player capable of carrying his team to new heights and proving he was one of the very best in the world. The most recent NBA season proved that the Thunder's success was not a fluke. It was the beginning of something special. With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way, and with the addition of another amazing rookie, Chet Holmgren, the Thunder transformed into one of the best teams in the entire league. They finished with the #1 record in the brutally tough Western Conference. This was an incredible achievement for the second youngest team in the NBA. Shai was once again at the center of it all. He had another MVP caliber season, finishing second in the voting for the league's most prestigious individual award. He had taken the team from the bottom of the league to the very top in just a few years. In the playoffs, Shai proved that his game works on the biggest stage. He led the Thunder to a dominant first-round series sweep. He controlled every game with his calm demeanor and unstoppable scoring. While the team eventually lost in the second round to a more experienced opponent, the message was clear: the Thunder are here to stay. Shai showed that he is not just a regular season player. He is a true franchise leader who can perform when the pressure is highest. This playoff experience, even in defeat, was incredibly valuable for such a young team. It showed them what it takes to win at the highest level and will only make them hungrier for future success. What makes Shai different from other superstars is his unique blend of skills and personality. In an era of loud and flashy players, Shai is quiet and methodical. He leads by example, not with words. His work ethic is legendary. His efficiency is off the charts. He is a top 5 offensive player who is also a top 5 defensive guard. This two-way greatness is incredibly rare. He plays the game with a maturity and intelligence that is far beyond his years. He is the perfect leader for this young, talented Thunder team. He provides the stability and consistency that allows his teammates to grow and flourish around him. The future for the Oklahoma City Thunder is unbelievably bright, perhaps the brightest in the entire NBA. They have a superstar leader in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who is just entering his prime. They have a roster full of talented young players like Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, and they still have a treasure chest of future draft picks. This is a team built for sustained success for the next decade. The quiet kid from Canada who was once overlooked has completed his transformation. He is a superstar, a leader, and the engine of a potential dynasty. The long, patient rebuild is over. The era of the Thunder, led by SGA, has officially begun.